I think they can hear you. That's
Mm.
it.
Right. He's got to go.
We're recording.
He's got to do 2 meetings. Yep, that's what they did do. They didn't start the second meeting.
Are we good?
We're good to go.
Are we good? We good?
Tim, are we good to go?
We good to go, Tim? Okay, thank you. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I ask for a motion to accept the minutes of the May 26,
So moved.
2020?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Public forum has been suspended for this evening. And I would just like to thank all the people that came out to vote. As far as the absentee ballots went, it was the most that we've seen probably in Illinois history, I would venture to say.
Mhm.
And it gave a good snapshot, and thank everybody for supporting the budget. As you will find out later, the exact numbers that the budget passed by, but we are all appreciative. It was a lot of hard work, and I would like to thank Angela, Vince, and Lisa for all their hard work. This budget was not easy. And also like to thank the board members. We had a lot of tough decisions to make. That's it for me. Board membership? Wayne?
Yeah, if I could quickly, graduation is always my favorite night of the year when it comes to school events. And we unfortunately could not have a conventional graduation and we missed it. But I do want to thank, the administrative staff, Mrs. Urbina, Superintendent Wiles, Mr. Napoli, the buildings and grounds guys, TV guys, everything just was really good from what I heard under the circumstances. So thank everyone for their really, really hard work, making the day as special as it could be under the circumstances.
Any other board members? Superintendent Lisa Wiles?
Yep, so I just want to dovetail on the comments of Phil and Wayne. I really heartfelt thanks to the community for responding and voting. As you said, it was a record turnout, and it really is about voting. So it was, really nice to see that. I do have to do a couple of shout outs to Marisol Hempt, who worked tirelessly for the last, I would say, 6 weeks getting this election together, organizing it, making sure our ballots did get out on time, time enough for the taxpayers and voters to vote. Just a tremendous job, along with all of the clerical staff that really stepped up and did the counting. The counting was done in less than 3 hours this morning. They had a great system in place. The staff in the business office did a great job stuffing envelopes. It's just been a phenomenal team effort to get to where we are, and I really appreciate all of that very much. I will tell you that on the 25th, there will be a senior parade. They'll start from our high school parking lot. The parade route is posted. I think we have information in your packet. I'd encourage you, if you're so inclined, to really support and cheer the seniors on. With regard to the graduation video that'll be shown at the drive-in that evening, if the board is interested in going, please respond to Nafisa. We're trying to save spots for the board. If you want to see the video, it'll also be shown live that evening, I believe, on educational TV channel and also YouTube. I think that the video is going to be really a great documentation of what was put together by the high school administration and the high school staff. I think the video is going to be great. And I also have to call out to Moses and Tim Lukaseski and Alan for all the support that they've done with all of the technology and filming and putting the video together. I think we're in store for a real treat with that. Along with the budget vote, which we're very thankful that we don't have to consider a contingent vote. I just want to remind everyone that we're waiting to see what our state aid runs. The next look back is June 30th, and we're still hoping for a federal stimulus package in New York State. So we're waiting to see what that how that plays out. And I also want to make a comment about our reopening plan. There's been some guidance we've received from the CDC, from other states, and allegedly the governor and state editors, they have task forces out there working on some guidelines along with the health department. And we're hoping to receive those guidelines soon so we can really use those to develop our plan. But we will be, we have some information together, but we will be diligently working on a reopening plan as soon as we wrap up the next week and so forth. In your packet, I just want to point out a letter that we received from a parent, Jamie Giuliano, to the board. If you haven't had the opportunity to read it, please do. Many thanks to the board and the district, for working through the concerns over the last few months. In your packet, this is the last thing I have. We put in information about some athletic banners. There's also pictures of the painting that was done in the gym along with a massive cleanup. Banners are down, and we are going to be moving forward. Those banners, we have that in the budget and the athletic budget this year. If you have any concerns or input, please bring them to me, this week, because Kermit is going to be moving forward to ordering them so we have them as we reopen. And that's all I have this evening.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent for Business, Mr. Napoli.
Thank you. I know the superintendent referred to the gym. The picture that I put in my report does not do the gym justice. The painting that our buildings and grounds crew did, as well as security, helped out. The gym has all new paint job. It's fresh. We've got the blue and gold school colors in there. They touched up the borders around the doors. The gym just looks spectacular. And hopefully when you can get in there to see it, you'll really, you'll get the full effect. In addition, one of the things in my report that I wanted to point out was that we did get the technical guidance grant for the farm to school. That just means that we'll be getting some support and funding to work on putting together the grant. That was through the Ellenville Regional Hospital. So this is just the technical guidance part. So I'll be attending meetings along with everyone else that was written into the grant to work on how to plan for and apply for the grant. This is not actually the farm to school. This is just the technical planning part of the farm to school grant, right? So that's just to help us write the grant, right? So that's nice to get some money to help us do that. And then the other thing that I did want to point out is that a lot of the schools that in Ulster County, they're allowing their taxpayers to pay their school taxes via credit card. We don't do that here, and a lot of that's coming out as a result of people requesting, and we've gotten requests in the business office for taxpayers to be able to pay their taxes by credit card, in addition to people not having to come in and pay their taxes here in the district or mail something into the bank. The only downside to that is that the bank or the collection agency passes the 3% or 2.5% surcharge of paying for something on your credit card to the taxpayer. So we cannot cover that cost. It would be a gift of public funds, but the taxpayer can. So I'd like you to think about opening it up to allow taxpayers to be able to pay their taxes by credit card. So we don't have to answer tonight, but I'm just saying that's something that we might want to consider.
Iris?
How does that work? If they're paying by
Right.
credit?
So Allen Tunnell is our tax collection company that actually we put all of our payments into. It's software, and a taxpayer would go to the website. They would put in their block, section, and lot number, or their name, or whatever information they would do to identify what their parcel would be, and then they would pay their taxes. Like, that's how I pay my car insurance. I don't write a check to my agent. I go onto the website and I pay for it on the web.
But will the taxpayer be informed that they are going to pay this percentage fee clearly?
That's an interesting question. We would do our best and To do it this year for this tax collection period, the tax bills are already, the back of the tax bills are already kind of in play. So we would shoot for the following year, and we would put something on the back of the tax bill that instructs them, if you want to pay your taxes by credit card, you can, but be advised that you will be charged a surcharge. And I would bet, I haven't looked into it yet, I didn't want to go too far into the weeds, that the website where you pay the taxes, they would tell you that, okay, you're being charged 3% on your $1,000 tax bill. Now it's going to cost you 1,000 plus the 3%, 1,030, right? So you have to pay for that. So yeah, hopefully it wouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. We would do a good enough job explaining to everybody that, they would bear the burden of that transaction cost. And some people like to do it. They like their points on their credit card. They don't care about, paying that extra percentage.
But people are not accustomed to paying that fee when they use the credit card. It's the business that usually pay,
That's correct.
that fee. So just so be aware that people are not used to it. So
Yeah.
like, even if you put it in bright red neon, I'm
Sure.
concerned that people are going to be, what is this $30?
Sure,
So-
I agree, and we'll have to be very vigilant in letting people know that they will bear that burden.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Deputy Superintendent, Ms. Angela Urbina Medina.
Nothing to report this evening.
Thank you.
I just want to make one other comment, sorry. Two things. I also was remiss earlier. I want to thank the businesses in the community. They really decorated the town well. And finally, and all of their shops, that I think will be surprised in the video with that. But I don't think I really mentioned their names, but Mrs. White and Mr. Pabone have worked really hard making sure the decorations and all of these events are put together. They've been working with an excellent graduation committee, but kudos to them. And I think if you look out into the Hunt Memorial Building, they had those banners placed up on the buildings and other places. And I think there'll be a surprise with some lighting out there this weekend. So there's more coming. We've been trying to do things in waves. They've been trying to do things in waves. So I just can't say enough how much, our seniors really missed out on here, but it's really been a community and a village effort to try to do whatever we could for them. So I just wanted to.
And also a great big thank you to Paul Caratini and crew for the SRPs. I'll tell you that you will hear from me when the field is not mowed, when I'm running down there and the weeds are, and I can tell you that the field looked the best that I've seen it in quite some time. And they did a really super job down there. So kudos to them. Okay, that is it. We will go on to the agenda, and I will ask for a motion for a consent agenda for this evening.
So move.
Second?
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Our next meeting will be a special meeting next Tuesday, June 23rd. And I believe that's going to start at 5:30?
5:30 executive session.
5:30 PM for executive session.
That's at the regular meeting.
What's that?
It's not.
It was regular.
Oh, it's
Regular.
Yeah, regular meeting,
And
sorry.
then the reorg is July 1st.
Yeah, and then the reorganization is July 1st. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. We're adjourned.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, Willie.
Good night, folks.